Good morning and welcome back to Play the Trombone with Mr. Cole, and we're on to episode 8, for which you're going to need a trombone and your book open at page 29. So let's begin with a warm-up. On the end of lesson 7 we learned to play B flat, a high B flat. So we're going to do the whole scale of B flat slowly, starting in first position. 6, 4, 3rd, 1st, 4th, 2nd, 1st. And it's important that you get the positions pretty accurate. 3rd, 2nd. And it does sound slightly off if you get them wrong. So we're going to do the same scale again, only to remember the tonguing, where you keep your tongue behind your teeth. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So look at the top of page 29 and you'll see a tune titled Round the Scale. And Round the Scale simply is a tune, not a particularly inspiring tune, but it's what we have here, so we'll play it, and it's made from the notes that you've learned in the scale. So if you like, you can say that the scale is a set of building blocks and we're going to build a tune with those notes from the scale. So if you look, I'm only going to play you the first 4 bars and you can work out the rest. So it's a question of recognizing what the notes are. If you look at the first note, it's on the 2nd line, so it's got to be B flat. The 2nd note is on the 2nd space, so it's got to be C, 6th position. The 3rd note is on the middle line, so it's middle position, 4th position, and so on. So here is the first 4 bars of Round the Scale. There you go. And it's important that as you play, you follow the contours or the shape of the music. So if the notes go higher up the stave, then the sound that you make goes higher by tightening your lips and blowing harder. So now I'm going to move on to page 32. You may wish to pause at this point and just run through that tune Round the Scale, maybe a couple of times. And I'm going to turn right over to page 32 and I'm going to introduce you to another note. I know that you think you've learned them all because you've done a whole scale, but this is a small adjustment. If you're talking in terms of the piano, this is one of the black notes. So it's a something flat. And the note it is something of is A. Here's A. 3rd position, A flat. So could you look at the first line of music, which is all hollow notes? There they are. And you'll remember from previous lessons that hollow notes are how many beats? 2 beats. So you count in your head 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 on each of the notes. Whoops. So we're going to play that line. The first note is 3rd space with a flat, so it's 3rd position. The second note is first position because it's F. The third note is fourth position, and if you remember, just a little reminder, fourth position is with the slide level with the end of the bell, and the fourth note is third position, A flat. There you go. So that's what you should be sounding like. And once again, you might like to pause the video and just run through that line. Well, I'm going to move to the second line now, and there's a subtle difference. It's the same notes. Can you spot the difference? The difference is that instead of there being 4 beats or crotchets in each bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the second line, there are only 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they're not equally allocated. So you've got 2 counts on the first note, 1 on the second note. 2 counts on the third note, 1 on the fourth note. So it's going to be a kind of lopsided sound to it. So this is the second line of page 32. So there we go, that's the second line of page 32. There are other tunes on that page. It would be a little bit incongruous to play We Wish You a Merry Christmas when the sun's blazing down outside, so we'll give that one a miss. And we'll move on to page 33, where you can see that favourite Yankee Doodle. And this piece, Yankee Doodle, does have E flat and A flat and B flat, so it's quite trombone friendly because they're quite easy notes to play. But let's just remind ourselves what we're having to use. B flat, C, G, E flat, F, G, A flat, I should have said. And it doesn't go, actually, it doesn't go up to a B flat, so it's not as high as some pieces. So here is Yankee Doodle played slowly. And there we go, that's Yankee Doodle played slowly. I'm going to issue you a bit of a challenge. I'm going to see who can play Yankee Doodle in the least number of seconds. You'll need a stopwatch and possibly an iPhone with a stopwatch or an ordinary watch like this one. I'm going to play through as fast as I can. Well, not as fast as I can, but a lot faster than the last time. That's about 8 or 9 seconds. So there you go. There's a challenge for you. And we're just going to finish off with the next line down, which is called Orally. This is, I think, a song that Elvis Presley used to sing back in the 50s, which even I don't remember, but some people do remember this song. And it goes like this. And don't forget the little dots. Do you remember what the dots mean? The 2 dots at the end of a section mean you repeat that section. So there we go. We have got Orally. You've learned A flat. You only play it in 3rd position when there's 3 flats in the key signature, or it's got a flat in front of that A and it's 3rd position. So if you've managed to play all the tunes today, well done. Why not turn off the video now and play them all again? You can't get enough practice. My old trombone teacher used to say, practice is like money in the bank. Okay, so until next time, cheerio.